Hello everyone, Amy here. Welcome back to my channel, Paper Therapy. Today I wanted to talk a little bit about page kits. There's two quite lovely ones here. You can buy them other places in the catalog as well. Then we also have the kits that come in the workshops. Sometimes we will rearrange them or want to add more photos than they have. Perhaps I'd move this whole section up and put a row of photos on the bottom because I'm a girl that likes to add lots of photos, as you know. So what do you do if maybe you just don't have any creative mojo today and you would like to just sit down and not think and make these layouts? Or maybe you don't have hardly any space in your house to scrapbook. You don't have a craft room. So you just want to be able to buy a kit and put it together and add photos later, or possibly add photos while you're doing it. I want to talk today about making the kit when you don't have the photos yet. And then choosing photos for kits that you've already made. So sometimes there's sales and you might not have a plan for that particular kit that you buy, but you think, well, someday I'm going to use this. For a while, I was making a lot of page kits to sell, and I still do from time to time. Here's one. And I always put white places photo space holders. Sometimes I put the size on. Apparently this time I didn't. So I'll just get you a little better in the frame here. There. Okay, so here is this page kit. I want to show you how I found some pictures that will work with this kit. Well, this is a kit I made myself. So this is a layout that I have pre-made, and I have a stack of these. And every once in a while I go through the photos I've printed and I tuck them in place. I add them to pages. So this is at-home worship during COVID. When we went to visit my sister-in-law and brother-in-law. So we're all watching church on TV and we've got our Bibles, and it's kind of a neat memory. I believe it was at Thanksgiving. So this is a picture of my son and his cousin clinking their glasses of juice. This is a new niece that I had never met because COVID had taken, like, we had not been to see them since they had a baby because of COVID times. And this is my son and their son. And this is some purchases we made at a thrift store when my sister-in-law and I went shopping to the thrift store. So this is my plan to put these pictures on. So there's a couple decisions I have to make. Do I want them to be right on here? So this is a 4x6. You can see I'm covering them exactly. Or do I want a little white trim? Now, if I go like this, I like that a lot better. So I'm going to add the white trim. Little Jordan matches this layout the best. But it was kind of, I went by the title, and I could have had more of a COVID themes page. I do have some of those, but I decided that I had enough of COVID and I just want to go with just having happy memories together, because these were all happy memories and we could be together again. So I'm going to trim them all so that they will fit. Here's my ruler with just a little trim. So you can either measure, this is the T-square ruler, so we measure like this. But actually my favorite thing to do, just get out your pencil. Okay, I'm not going to take off the bottom because I've got a little face right here. My husband's head's a little bit missing anyway, so I'm just going to go here. And then we're going to come down and we're going to be like that. So then how much is going to come off the top? Oh, I shouldn't have moved it actually. There we go. And we're going to go here. Same thing with this one. We're going to go, let's see. I think we're going to have there. And there, there, and then let's go, if we go this way, we're gonna go off the top to here. Oops. And these ones are a little simpler. If I had written the measurements down, that would be easier. But these ones are a little simpler. These ones, you simply, because they're a 4x6 mat, and I just want a little bit showing around the mat, what I'll do here is I'll just take a 1/4 inch off each side. Obviously, I take the top on this one because there's nothing but wall on top. And then I think this side, because it's all couch and wall. And there we go. My son's even wearing a nice colored shirt. You hear my doggy barking, as you always do. She's a bit of a barker. This one, she's kind of centered, so I think I'm going to take a 1/8. I'm going to say 1/2 of a 1/4, but I guess that's an 1/8 off each side. And then I think the top of her head, I don't want to take any off, so we're going to go right off the bottom. And then there is little Jordan, little Missy. So then this one I had planned already. Here's my little pencil line, zip. And there's my other little pencil line, zip. And there we go. And then this one's smaller. This one is actually a 4x6 as well. It's this one that's a bit smaller. So that one's gonna be, there's the top part. Oh, that's the top of my son's head. I don't want that. So we'll have to take a little off the bottom then. So you just want to look when you close to make sure you're okay with everything you're taking off. Like with these, it's where the wire is, right? So, all right, am I okay with that little bit back of his shirt? I'm not sure if you can see that right there. Yep, I'm okay with it. So now we're like this. Perfect. I didn't want to take that bit of his head off, so I'm going to just take a little bit more off the bottom. There we go. Just so that we have that equal white frame all the way around. You can hear I gave my puppy a toy with some bits of meat in it, or treats, and she is just over there crying, trying to get them out. It's good for her, keeps her busy for a bit. I believe this is a 4x4. Yep. See, 4x4. So the only thing missing from this page yet is some journaling, and I'm going to just show you how I'm planning to do that. So I've got a little bit of a new filming system. You'll have to bear with me while I get used to where the edge of what I'm filming is. I'll have to move my mat over, and that helps. Let's see. So I've got the layout pretty well complete. How long did that take me? Not very long. Now, there's a couple things. I moved the baby picture to this side because the highlight of the visit was meeting her for the first time, and I wanted it by the journaling. And another thing I have going on over here is these thrift store purchases are a fun memory because it was a little outing, but I like this picture better, and I think you read from right to left. So I want to switch these, but I have to switch the mats as well. We're gonna just go right over top, and we're gonna go like this, and we're gonna just cover that right up. But I just think this picture is nicer on this side. It over, but I don't want to lift it again, so I'm just gonna leave it. The layout is done. Very quick layout. So now I'm gonna bring in the second layout that I had in my stash, and all I did was bring in pictures that I thought, oh, okay, is there any pictures that will work on this? So I have some pictures that I walked our dog in the back alley. This is not the puppy you're hearing in this video earlier. It is our previous dog. I have this one of my husband and me in the hot tub. Also in the winter, it's kind of snowing. It's hard to tell, but my husband has snow in his hair, and I have snow in my bandana. I have this. It's a lovely, these are a lovely few photos, but definitely can be cut down. Some people will not think I should cut them down because they're beautiful, the whole photo, but I'm a big fan of cutting pictures down because I just feel like, well, you'll see when I'm done. It's better, it's easier for me to explain it when I'm done. So these are 2x3, so I don't have to really mark my pictures. So I'm gonna go as low as I'm comfortable going above this sun in the sky here. They are 3x4, I lied to you. And now I'm gonna double check because you always regret. 4, yeah, by 3x4, okay. So we're gonna go 3 3/4. Then what always looks nicer is if you go to the side. So here, like this, I wanted a white trim again. And I would like this long stuff to the side and the sun to the side, because that's another tip I can give you about photography. Just give me 1 minute. I'll just cut this down. So some people may know this, that when you take a picture, sometimes you can get your phone or your camera to give you a tic-tac-toe grid. So your tic-tac-toe grid, let's say it's like this. And I'm going to get another block. It's the best thing I have close at hand to be able to show you. Let's do this one this way and this way. Okay, so where these intersections are, so if I were to draw these lines on here, which I don't want to do right now, where these intersections are, these corners, that is where your eye is drawn the most. So you want to have this, actually I may have cut it almost a little too far, but you want to have this line so that I've got this sun and this branch kind of going on one of the lines your eyes draw to, because it's dividing the picture in thirds. And then actually what I could have done is pull this one down so it was on a line as well. But I didn't do that, which is okay. Whatever looks good to you. So this one's more near the center, but if it was down here, it would look even better. That is rules of photography. I have taken a couple of photography courses, and that is why when on your phone you can get it. Often there's a setting where you can get it to give you that grid on there. That's why. So let's try doing this one a better job with the horizon going in the correct spot. So we're gonna go, so if I go here, this is where my cut's gonna be. If we eyeball it, is this in the right spot? Not quite. So we're gonna take a little off the top, just a touch. Now we're gonna try that again. If I go to 3 3/4, now am I gonna be on my tic-tac-toe grid lines? Just about. So we're gonna take it there. Then again, I want this to be either, I want my frame. Sorry guys, I was not planning to do this right now, but it's just the right time to do it. All of a sudden I realized it's a good time to teach people. So if I want my photo, it's going to be like this. I either want it like this or like this. I do not want it like this. You do not want this in the middle. You want it to the side. Unless you think that looks better for you, that's fine. I'm not going to argue with you. But generally, it's more pleasing to the eye if it's on one of these lines. So to the side is better. So there, we're going to put that one there because I have the fence one to go in between. Now this one I'd like to focus more on the snow-covered flowers and the sunlight. So I'm going to go first. Let's see. We're going to take a little bit off the top first. So the sun is still on there, and then we're going to go to 3/4. This is kind of almost in the center. So I think I'm going to forget about the sun, not worry about it. Again, we want this towards the top. Nope, we're gonna go one more. Again, wanting it towards the top because we're trying to get this horizon line to not be in the center. All right. And then I want these kind of in the center. So, and I like this pink sky here. So I'm just gonna take a little off here. And then I'm gonna go this way and we're gonna go to 3 3/4. I'm gonna take that off. There. Now, I don't think these pictures look any worse or that you're seeing any less than you did when they were large. I think I'm still seeing what I want to see in the photo. You may think I cut off pretty parts, and I did. I cut off some beauty, but the beauty is still there. And this is a good time to see too that, see how when this line is here or here, I could have even had this a little higher up yet. It looks better than when it's right down the center. All right, this one, I'm going for having the puppy on it. It's not a very good picture of him because he was black and it's white outside, and that's too much differentiation, or whatever you want to call it. Too much difference in light. The camera cannot, the phone camera, well, any camera cannot pick up the black dog on the white background because it's trying to compensate for the brightness of the snow, and so it chooses to focus on the snow, and then the dog ends up in shadow because he's black. This is why it's so difficult if you have wedding photographs with bride and groom, one is black and one is white. That makes it very difficult because you're trying to do lighting for two different kinds of skin. The black skin absorbs the light and the white skin reflects the light. Okay, so again, I'm trying to get the dog and this post on one of my thirds, the rule of thirds. So there we go. And I'm not sure on the size here, so I do know that I want the top of my head on, so I'm going to try by going like this. I'm pretty sure this will not be too narrow. That was risky, but it worked out for me. I'm just going to leave the tiniest border on this one. I don't need a very big border, just a little bit of white around. So we're going to go here and here. So now you're going to see a little bit of eyeballing going on here. I definitely do a lot more eyeballing than I do measuring. That's just the way I scrapbook. I do like it straight though. Measuring is good, but if any of you has worked construction or has a construction husband, they will tell you that when you eyeball things, like spaces in a deck between the deck boards, if you eyeball the spaces in the deck boards, if they have slight differences, you will not notice the slight differences. However, if you measure every space and then eyeball one and it's different, you will see that that one is different. So you kind of have to choose whether you're going to be a measurer or an eyeballer, because yeah, it's, if you're going to measure everything and have it exactly the same all the time and identical, then you kind of have to commit to that and do it all the time, or it's going to be noticeable that there's slight differences. That said, a T-square ruler is very handy for getting things on straight the first time. There we go. A bit of journaling is going to happen here and another layout is complete. So I hope you enjoyed learning about how to crop your photos, if you have any of those ready-made layouts, they're awesome for, like, if you go to a crop or a event and you're trying to get your creative juices flowing and you've just arrived there and it's been busy, pick out one of these page kits that you have in your stash, take it with you and do that first. You will find photos down the road that can go on it. Don't be afraid to crop your photos and make them work, because look at this beautiful layout, and now I don't have to come up with a layout for these photos. It's done. So I hope that you've all learned something from this, and I hope you have a wonderful week. I thank you for subscribing, and I thank you for hitting like, and I hope that you're enjoying my channel. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.